Salutations, brothers and sisters. I am Orapotist Maximus, Orapotist and activist. First of all, I want to say thank you. Thank you for coming on out and braving the elements. I want to say thank you. Thank you for those responsible for making this event possible. I want to say thank you for your financial support. I want to say thank you for joining me in the struggle. If my memory serves me correctly, I believe it was Frederick Douglass who said, and I quote, "If there's no struggle, there is no progress. Those who profess to favor freedom yet deprecate agitation are those who want crops without plowing the ground. They want rain without thunder and lightning. They want the ocean without the sounds of its awful waves. The struggle may be a moral one. The struggle may be a physical one. The struggle may be both moral and physical, but there must be a struggle. For you see, power concedes to nothing but demand. It never has, it never will." Frederick Douglass, 1857. I would like to say thank you and give a special shout out to the conscious community. Black power, black power. I would like to say thank you for your sacrifice and your service, your compassion, your dedication to the elevation of our people, particularly, and to the elevation of people in general. What happened? What happened to the dream of the dreamer? What happens? What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Or does it fester like a sore, then rot? Before I delve into my subject, I want to talk a little bit about my past and the forces that have shaped me as an individual, and then discuss the purpose for which we gathered here today. My story is a bittersweet one. It is the story of a hero's journey. It is the story of a life burdened with mental anguish, yet the inevitable and notable triumph of the human spirit. As a young man, I was being groomed for the work of the ministry. I was a born-again Christian in a megachurch. It was nice. I was baptized twice. I had a beautiful Christian wife and 2 lovely kids and did all the things a good deacon did. I had 2 cars and a nice apartment amongst the cherry blossoms. Everything was great. But like the seemingly fickle winds of life, the winds began to blow. A change of events underwent. But after a serious altercation with church leadership, I was expelled from church. My dreams of becoming a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ were seemingly shattered. My wife left. My self-esteem robbed, then I lost the steady job that I used to support my young family. And in 3 months, at the tender age of 27, I found myself having landed in the psych ward of the St. Elizabeth's Hospital. But before things got better, they got worse. Oh, the tumultuous years that followed. My only comfort were the pills I swallowed. Not for a day, not for a week, not for a month, but for years I had to shoulder the fact that I was diagnosed with bipolar. Through all the madness, misery, and strife, I even tried to take my own life. Fortunately came the dawn of a new day. I fervently began to pray that in my life God would have his way. So I set my sights on education. That would become my soul's salvation. I studied Malcolm, I studied Martin, I studied Garvey, and all the great minds that came before me. As a young black man, I knew I needed an education. So I enrolled into Howard University. I studied history and theater. It took me 5 years to finish, but I finished. You see, I was already shattering myths, busting stereotypes, and challenging the stigma surrounding mental illness. Upon graduation, to my surprise, I was asked to speak at a White House conference on mental health during the Clinton-Gore administration. Town hall meetings were televised and held all across the country. I was the keynote speaker and received a thundering standing ovation. I was already established myself as a young, respected orator. The Vice President Al Gore was very pleased and in return wrote me a letter of recommendation to law school. My grades were not stellar enough to get me into law school, but it was still an honor, to say the least. Later in life, I still battled depression, but I began accomplishing my goals. Over the years, I would become a published author, local television producer, and recording artist. I wrote short story and produced short film. For years, I was interviewed by reputable radio and television stations. I was speaking regularly at church, civic, political, and social functions, serving the elderly, helping the homeless, and for many years freely lending my talent, working with Gary Clark Sr., Pep Rally Pete for the Streets, providing much needed school supplies to young students yearly. I will be recognized as the ambassador of poetry for the D.C. State Committee, heralded by the ACLU as an oratorical genius, dubbed the oratorical beast of Northeast. I will write extensively for 8 years and produce the television documentary series, The Urban Diary. I am a registered member of the Nation of Islam and have worked alongside great black leaders like Attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz, the leader of the new Black Panther Party. I also acted, landing a small role in Russ Parr's major motion picture, Something Like a Business, with actors like David Allen Greer and Kevin Hart. Over the years, I will matriculate from a dapper and debonair poet into an aspiring black nationalist leader. I will form my own non-profit organization, the Judge of Nations Advocacy Headquarters, and will serve as the chief spokesman and ambassador, addressing the problems surrounding race in America and exploring possible solutions. In 2022, I officially changed my name to Orapotist Maximus, which means the greatest orator, poet, and activist. When my psychiatrist heard that I changed my name, she told me that she laughed for half an hour. She felt the need to call me into her office to adjust my medication. The name is pronounced Orapotist Maximus. My buddies call me O. The ladies call me O.